All right. We're going to be working, your partner is going to be everybody in this classroom. Okay? We are all going to work together on this. I don't do a lot of the math journal pages, but this one is a pretty good process. It helps to teach you the process. Okay? You're going to write the problem and underline the important numbers and the units that you need to solve. Okay? Rather than asking you to rewrite, they've got it written there. So what do we need to underline here that we need to know about in order to figure out what this thing's asking us to do? Kaylee. So 3 hours, $12 hourly wage. Okay? Do I know the hourly wage?
No.
I don't. I know what she got. And this $12 is the total. Just a note to myself. That's how much she got. All right? Read the problem carefully a second time. Circle the key word for the question. What is your, and the key word here, rather than having that underlined, is that. It's an per hour. Okay? When it says hourly wage, it's talking about per hour. Little note to self, per hour. Okay? Write each important number or word with its units on a piece of paper. Okay? I'm going to ask you to get out a piece of paper. And you're going to kind of cut it up, tear it up. I want 8 pieces. I want that one paper cut into 8 pieces. Torn into 8 pieces where you can write stuff on. So make sure they're big enough that you can work with. On one page, you're going to write hourly wage. This dollars per hour. I know this seems kind of silly, but it really makes this make sense for you. Now, will we have an equal symbol, you think? Probably. So one of my pieces of paper is going to have an equal sign. Okay. What's my numbers that were important?
12 and 3.
So I need one that says 12 and one that says 3. Okay. I need one that says my hourly wage per hour. I don't think we needed all those pieces, to be honest, but now, if I know the total was the $12, and I know she worked for 3 hours, how am I going to find out how much she earned per hour? How do I find out the per hour? How am I going to do that, Jordan? Okay, so an operation then is going to have to be my division statement. And the word per hour should tell you that's a division problem. Okay? So I need at least that many. 1, 2, 3, 4. At least 5 of those 8 need to have something written on it. Okay?
I think the other.
These need to be torn, sir. Now, once you get that torn up and you have all those pieces, I want you to manipulate or arrange those pieces to where it makes sense so that you could solve the problem. arrange the pieces of paper to answer the keyword question. What is your hourly wage? Okay. Jaslyn, what's your hourly wage?
I have 12 divided by 3 equals 4.
So here's what I heard you say. 12 divided by 3 equals 4. Now, does 4 answer the question? Is 4 the answer to the question? Yeah. Is it? Whoa, what did you just say? $4 is the answer to the question. So your hourly wage is $4 per hour. Okay? Now, this may have seemed kind of silly to have to tear out paper and do all this. And in a way it is to me. The very most important thing to do, though, on any story problem is to underline those key numbers. And then to circle up the key question. Because that's how you figure out what to do with the story problem. You've got to know what they're asking. And then when you solve the math, you have to make sure that you give the answer to the question. Because just doing the math isn't enough. Okay? So in your paper now, on your paper on page 57, there are these same blanks that I just filled in because I got the same paper that you do. And so now you need to fill in the different steps on your paper. They don't have this part on their paper. Okay, so you don't have this part right here on that paper, but there's a blank. And so that blank space, this is what you're going to put in there. Now, how many of you, when you did this, you put the hourly wage over here on the end? Is it okay if I wrote it as 12 divided by 3 equals hourly wage? Is that okay? Sure it is. Doesn't matter which side I leave that on. Okay. Now you're writing the work right here. So that you understand what's happening there. The next question you have, though, how can you use your hourly wage to find how much you will receive for any number of hours? What can I do to make it tell me how much I'm going to make no matter how many numbers of hours? How can I write an algebraic expression, do you think? First of all, do you even know what an algebraic expression is? Can somebody tell me what an algebraic expression is? Give it a try. Yeah, you do use at least one variable or letter in place of a number. Okay? So if I want to write an expression that I could use for however many hours there are, and that variable typically shows you the unknown. Something that's unknown. Ah, got some kiddos thinking here. So if I want to know, well, let me ask you this. If I work 5 hours, how much money would I earn? If I worked 5 hours, I would have earned how much?
20.
How do you know that?
4 times 5.
4 times 5. What if I worked 10 hours?
You get 40.
How much would I earn, folks?
40.
$40. If I worked 20 hours, class, how much would I earn?
80. Yeah, 80.
80, okay. If I worked, I don't know, how can I write an expression that's going to tell me I can figure it out every time? What were you doing? Every single time I gave you the hours, what did you do? You multiplied by?
4.
By 4, right? Okay. So how do I write an algebraic expression then that will tell me, no matter how many hours I work, I multiply it by 4? How could I do it?
X times however many hours you have worked. And X equals 4.
X doesn't equal 4. I'm asking right now, I know I'm going to equal the hourly wage. No, I'm going to equal my total. My total earned. That's what I'm after.
So X times 4.
Well, who said that? Okay. Let me hear what Ben's wanting to say.
4 times 3 equals X.
Nope, it's not 4 times 3. Kaylee? Or could I say, I'm going to say it this way. Would 4x tell me how much I earn every time?
Yes.
Where x equals the number of hours. Okay? If I'm writing it here, you're writing it on your paper. Right there at B, because we just had this discussion. We answered the question.
3 answers?
And, you know, some of you may be interested to know that this type of in-class work is usually worth a lot of points.
Mm-hmm.
So it's definitely not something you want to just ignore and not do. Oh, we just answered that. Okay. Now we're going to see what we can figure out and see how where you're at. We're going to take what we just did and we're going to see if we can figure something else out. Get this where we can see our story here. Okay. Work with a partner. Hi, I'm one of your partners. Okay. Work with a partner. Use the strategy that we just did. What was the strategy? What did we do to help us solve that very first one? What did we do? Josie, what did we do? We used some pieces of paper that we wrote down. And so could you flip those pieces of paper over and use them again? Sure you could. But before we used the paper, what did we have to do when we read the story? What did we do as we were reading the story? Chloe? What did we underline?
The key parts.
The important parts, the key numbers. Okay. You wash cars 2 hours. Anything there that I need to underline?
2 hours.
2 hours, okay? Or at least the 2. You receive $6. Important. How much do you earn per hour? Now, what should I circle in the question? Okay. Per hour. Now, can you fill out your strips of paper? Okay, and some of you need to fill out the strips of paper. What does the word per tell you? What's the operation that we know we're going to have? Because that word per is a clue. Look up. What does the word per tell you? To divide. Good job. This is a division clue. So one of my strips should have a division number on it, or a division symbol. Since I'm writing an expression or an equation, especially with an equation, what do I have to have on one of those strips? Equal sign, yeah. This is my total again. Total is usually what it's equal, right? And then I need the numbers, right? 2 and 6, right? You will eventually, yes. Now, once you get that written down, I want you to move your papers around and set up your expression. And Miss Shelley and I are going to come and take a look. Okay, now is this going to work the way you have it? Is it going to give you your total? How much you're going to earn per hour? Really? This is how much you earned altogether, right? And you worked how many hours?
Is it not?
So are you taking this, dividing it by this? Yeah. See the difference? Okay, I'm gonna help you with that. And then how much would you get per hour? Did you check them all out over that direction, Miss Shelley?
Far, yes.
Okay. Now then, somebody tell me how I should have arranged my pieces of paper. Chance.
6 divided by 2 equals dollars per hour, or 3.
Basically, that was kind of it, right?
Well,
Okay.
you work for 2 hours and you receive $6, so it should be 6 times 2.
No, I make, hang on, we're gonna talk about that. And Chance said there should be a 3 right there.
Yep.
Okay? And Chance is right.
Yes.
Now, here's why. If I receive $6, that's all the money you receive, that's it.
Oh.
That's how much total you got, okay? Now, division, I'm gonna make some. I'm not counterfeit, I don't counterfeit very well, so, all right? Because somebody else also, you're not the only one that wasn't sure how to set my numbers up. Okay? This is the total amount of money that you got. Now, it wants to know per hour. We knew we had to do division, right? Okay. Division is about taking what you have and making it into, because it was 2 hours, 2 equal groups. Splitting it up. Well, in order to do that, if this is the money that I was given, and I want to split it up into 2 equal groups, how much is in each of the groups? Well, if I'm going to split it into 2 equal groups, isn't this a group? And then this could be the second group, am I right? And is this 2 equal groups? And how much money is in each of those groups? There's 3 $1 bills, so $3. Now, if I change this story, though, and I hate doing this, but I'm going to have to in order to make it work. If I change my story, and I say, well, you're going to, instead of working 2 hours, you worked 3 hours. How much would you earn per hour? If I change the story, and I say you work 3 hours instead of 2, how much would you earn per hour? I still get $6, but how much money per hour do I get then? How much money per hour? Jaden, it would be $2 an hour. Good. Now, if you're working, you and a friend, and you both end up with $6, who do you want to work for? Do you want to work for the person that is going, you're still going to get $6. Who do you want to work for? You want to work for A, or would you want to work for B?
A.
Why A and not B? Why A and not B, Cole?
Okay,
Yeah, you're making more money per hour. So if I needed $50, would I work a shorter amount of time with A than I would with B? The job's the exact same. It's the amount of time that you put into it. Okay? So that's an important fact. All right, so let's do the second one. You have $60. You buy a pair of jeans. Oh, wait a minute. I'm going to back up before I do that. If I go back up here, could I write an algebraic expression for washing cars? What's my algebraic expression for any number of hours washing cars for A? Washing cars for A, which is the way it was, any number of hours, what would my expression be? If X equals the number of hours, and I want to know the total, what is my expression going to be? Kaylee? Nope. Nope. Looking back at the very first one we did, what was our algebraic expression? How did we write that one? Chance?
6x.
Nope. Because I'm not getting paid $6 an hour. What's my expression going to be, Jorlyn? 3x. $3x would give me my total wages. If I worked 40 hours, how much money would I make washing cars? Try again. What'd you say? $120. So if I worked a full work week washing cars at $3 an hour, a full week is 40 hours. I'd make $120. Now, as a kid, would $120 be pretty good?
Yeah.
Might be. As an adult buying groceries and paying for cars and houses and things, would $3 an hour, $120 in a week be very good?
What 2 million would?
Yeah, you're not going to find a job that gives you $2 million. All right. All right. So now let's look at the second one. You have $60. You buy a pair of jeans and a shirt. The jeans cost you $27, and you come home with $15. How much did you spend on the shirt? Okay, so let's think about it. What's important here? What are my important figures here? Esri.
$60.
60,
27.
27, 15.
And how much did you spend on the shirt?
So what do I circle there?
How much did you spend?
Okay. Drop. Okay. All right. I know I bought a pair of pants. Picture's worth 1,000 words, they tell me. This is a bad pair of pants, but oh well. Anyway, got it. And those jeans cost me how much?
27.
These are $27. Okay? And I know I got a shirt. Bad shirt. But you get the picture, right?
Yeah.
And how much is the shirt?
You don't know.
I don't know. So what could I do to help me just to have an expression here? What could I put there in place of I don't want to write out, I don't know. What would I put on that to help me remember it? Nope. We're going to eventually write an algebraic expression. X. This is my X. So I could say, let X equal cost of shirt. That's really what I want to know, right? Whoops, that got me too far. Let X equal the cost of the shirt. Okay, now then, what else do I know? How am I going to figure out what the cost of that shirt was? How am I going to figure it out? Chloe, what do you think?
60 subtract
60 minus 27 equals, it equals my x, right? Really? I'm not sure it does. I don't know. That's not going to work. I know 60 minus, I'm going to erase this, okay? Because I don't want it to equal my x, because that wouldn't give me the cost of my shirt, would it? 60 minus 27 equals what? What's it going to have to equal? Braden.
It's gonna have to equal 33 and then minus 15.
Oh, I need to subtract 15 from that? So you want me like this? Oh, that equals my x? Okay, so you're saying, and you said that's 33, right? Minus 15. So what's the price of the shirt?
$18.
Could I have figured it a different way? Could I have figured this out a different way, Esri?
Okay, so you could have added 27 plus 15 and then subtracted that from 60.
Okay, so 27 plus 15 equals, tell me what it equals.
52.
7 and 5 is 12. How about 42?
Yeah. Sorry.
And when you do 60 minus 14, do you get 18?
See, it was.
Do both of those work?
Yep.
They sure do. Now, if I was writing that completely as an algebraic expression, though, I would do it a little bit different. Just a little bit. Okay? Because a true algebraic expression is going to look like this. 27 plus 15 plus x equals 60. Because the x is always part of the equation, okay? But I did use the variable usually is part of what's being done. That's down the road, okay? Just so you've seen it. That's one of those things I want you to see it, okay? Any questions? Okay. You and your shoulder partner do C. For lunch, you buy 5 sandwiches. Go in and underline and circle up what you need. Remember, you gotta do your underlining and your circling, folks. You know what? I'm gonna put you here, okay? You need to. We'll get him into 3. Yes, you were. You were sitting right there. Okay. What are you gonna underline? You're dealing with this one. What do you underline? For lunch, you buy 5 sandwiches, it costs $3. Look at gross. Okay, have you got C done?
Yep.
Somebody tell me what to do with C. Who have I not heard from today? Emmy, what do I underline? 5 and 3, and how much? We're looking for how much. Okay? You buy 5 sandwiches. They cost $3 each. How do I figure out? What's my expression then? What do I do with it, Josie?
5 times 3. X.
How much, right? Okay, so how much do I spend?
15.
If 15 equals how much, what do I need to change that to, though? What do I need to add to make sure? I've got to put that dollar symbol in. All right? Is that what you and your partner got?
Yes.
Good. Okay, here's the deal. I'm going to stop there because I think the rest of these you can do. But every step you have to be doing this. Hang on a minute. Let me see where I'm at. Let me see, where was I going? Yeah, I think I will. How many more do you have on yours? E? Okay, I'm going to stop right there. I'm going to go to this next one because your assignment's going to be a little bit different. Evaluate the expression. 4 egg yolks per serving times 12 servings. You can't see it all. What question would I be answering, do you think? What's the question? If I've got an expression, I should be able to figure out what they're asking me. What are they wanting to know? They didn't write the question part. What question is that going to give you, though? What's that going to be the answer to? Ben?
How many yolks per serving?
Nope, it already tells me that. It already tells me how many yolks per serving. What's the question? What's that basic? Because this is saying this. Am I right?
Mm-hmm.
And what I'm asking you is what is not in numbers, but what are we actually going to equal when we're all done? What are we finding the answer to? Chance?
How much egg yolks total?
How many yolks do you need? Whoops. Maybe they're making noodles. They would need egg yolks to make noodles for Thanksgiving.
Oh.
4 egg yolks per serving, and you have 12 servings. So how many egg yolks does this person need to be able to make the noodles? How many egg yolks do they need? 48. Okay? Just a little bit of practice here. You see, you don't always know the question they're asking. But if you know the math, you can figure out what it was they were trying to find. Do you have a question, Tyler?
Yeah, could you put like how many egg yolks are in 12 servings?
Yes, you could have. Very good. You definitely could have. Your assignment today is, and I'm going to have you back up just a smidge Because we left D and E on page 59. We have, okay, so I want you to complete page 59, D, E, and number 3. So your assignment,
So then I'll use that and then the other one.
your assignment is all of this. In your journal, though, I want you to finish page 59. D, E, and number 3. Then go to the textbook. You have numbers 4 through 7 on page 115 and numbers 56 through 60 on page 117. So there's like 3, 7, you have 11 problems, 11 things to do. And you have, we're pretty much out of time. But D and E is just what we've been doing. Shut this off.